Welcome to this video and welcome to today's class, where we're going to be looking at the tropical forest biome. It might be a good idea to have your trusty textbook beside you as we work through this. The ideas contained in this video come from Oxford Big Ideas 9, which is published by Oxford and was put together, and I give full credit to the wonderful writers, designers, and curriculum writers and teachers that have put this work together. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to know about today's class is that you have to be particularly vigilant. As you watch this video, you need to not only take in the information, but you have to create 10 questions that I would usually set for you. So rather than you watch the video and then you answer questions, you're going to watch the videos, there's 2, and then you're going to write the questions that you would expect another student in your class to answer. So, as you watch, gather ideas for your questions. After the video, I want you to refine your list down to 10 good questions, and that's what you need to submit to me. You're going to submit that via Schoolbox. Don't email it. Please don't give me a hard copy, just through Schoolbox. Thanks very much. So, pay attention, maybe take some notes as we go. Remember, you can pause at any time if you need to. So let's get started. Let's begin with the gifts of the rainforest. Rainforests have provided humans with many resources for thousands of years. These resources are known as ecosystem services, and rainforests provide many services, including the ones described in this graphic here. Firstly, about 80% of the plants we eat begin in the world's tropical rainforests. Potatoes, corn, rice, avocados, oranges, bananas, coffee, chocolate, and hundreds of other foods are rainforest plants. About 25% of the drugs we use to treat illnesses from leukemia to headaches originated from rainforest plants. Rainforest plants take in carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. The Amazon rainforest alone is thought to produce about 1/5 of the world's oxygen. Rainforests regulate the Earth's temperature and rainfall and hold much of the world's fresh water. Rainforests in Africa, Asia, South America and Australia are home to indigenous peoples. And finally, products such as toothpaste, golf balls, rubber tyres, paints, cosmetics, steroids and cork are all made from rainforest plants as well. It is estimated that about half all the plant, animal and insect species in the world live in tropical forests. Many of these are among the wettest places on Earth and are therefore known as rainforests. They can be considered to make up the world's richest biome, and the abundance of life can be astounding. In Brazil, for example, researchers found that a single pond contained more fish species that exist in all of Europe's rivers. In Peru, a single tree was found to contain 43 ant species. This is more than the total number in all of the British Isles. 1 hectare of South American rainforest may contain over 750 different types of trees, and 1/5 of all the world's birds live in the Amazon rainforest. This explosion of life is due to the ideal growing conditions that occur in the tropics. These places experience the most stable climate conditions on the planet, with virtually no seasonal changes in rainfall, temperature, or available sunlight throughout the year. Most days are the same in the rainforest, hot and wet. It rains virtually every day, often in torrential downpours. The temperature hovers between about 26 degrees Celsius and 32 degrees Celsius all year around. Though much of Australia was once covered in forest, now there are only a few small pockets near the east coast. Take a look at the map on the left. Rainforests now make up only 2.5% of Australia's remaining native forest. This surviving forest, however, is a real Noah's Ark for many plant and animal species, many of which exist nowhere else in the world. There are more than 1,000 species of plants in Australian rainforests, of which about 700 exist nowhere else. These plants support thousands of insect species, hundreds of reptile and bird species, and nearly 90 different types of mammals. The subtropical rainforests of New South Wales and Queensland are also internationally recognised for their direct links to the world's first flowering plants, which occurred about 100 million years ago. A rainforest, like all ecosystems, is a very dynamic place. Complex relationships between the climate, including rainfall, temperature, wind, humidity and sunlight, the shape of the land, the soils, plants and animals have developed over millions of years and keep the rainforest alive and flourishing. A change to any part of the ecosystem can have a devastating consequence for the whole ecosystem. The cross-section in source 1 on your left shows some of the flows of energy, intangible sources of power and nutrition, and matter, the tangible sources of power and nutrition that exist in a rainforest. You might like to take a really careful look at the full page of this graphic, which is on page 55 of your textbook. It might seem logical that rainforests must have a deep, rich layer of soil to support the great trees and other plants that flourish there. However, this is not the case. The heavy rain washes the nutrients of the soil deep into the ground where the roots of the plants cannot access them. The rainforest trees are able to survive in these soils because they have developed wide-spreading roots and because the warm temperatures in the tropics allow leaf litter, dead plant material that has fallen to the ground, to be quickly recycled into plant nutrients. When the rainforest plants are cleared to make way for farms, these nutrients are quickly lost and the soil becomes exposed to the heavy rain and tropical sun. Farmers often find, contrary to expectation, that their plants do not thrive in these conditions as the soil provides few nutrients which the plants need. Just a reminder about the task that I set you at the beginning of this video. Remember, you need to craft 10 questions that I wouldn't ordinarily set for you to complete. But rather than the answers, I want you to come up with the questions. So, you should already have some ideas written down, and if you haven't, pause the video and start writing them down now. Remember, you need to submit 10 questions to Schoolbox, so I can't wait to read them. Now on to the next slide and the next video. And so we've come to the end of the first video in this lesson. Again, I'd like to give full credit to the creators of the Oxford Big Ideas Humanities 9 textbook, who have provided all the text and graphics used in this video. The next thing I'd like you to do is take a virtual tour of the Amazon rainforest. It's about 10 minutes and you'll get to meet some of the interesting creatures that live in the rainforest environment by clicking on the link below. Thanks for watching.